Just something as simple as turning on your water, you don't think about it. But literally you could be exposing your children to lead firsthand.
And here's a place where we had the ability to step in. We had the knowledge, we had the know-how, and we just stepped in and did what we know how to do.
Because we are plumbers and pipe fitters, and we are here to protect the health of the nation. Local 370 has been in Flint since 1907. We've been around 109 years. We started basically after the first Buick plant was built in 1905. We do a lot of residential buildings, commercial buildings, a lot of auto work. We do all types of plumbing, and we have our own certified DOL apprenticeship program. I've been the business manager for 5.5 years. Before that, I was in the field for 26 years, master plumber. I was born and raised in Flint. I live in the house I grew up in.
Complaints of brown water continuing to pour into City Hall.
Developing now, a public health emergency has been declared in Flint.
Hundreds of Flint neighbors flocking to a bottled water giveaway.
A new study is showing an increased level of lead in young children.
Well, the problem happened because the water source was switched over to the Flint River. The river is very high in salt content, which makes it very corrosive, about 19 times more corrosive than what it should be.
All the residents in Flint were tired of their water bills getting raised every 6 months, every year by Detroit. But the Carigani Water Authority is bringing a new pipeline from Lake Huron over to Flint, but that was going to take 2 years to build. It was never discussed that we would go on the river during the construction. The river water was not treated with a corrosion control.
So between that and the proper chemicals not being put in it to treat it,
it was doing damage to the plumbing, to all the pipes, because that corrosive water was eating the coating inside that protected everyone from the lead pipe.
And exposed the lead.
It's just been a comedy of errors, basically, that caused this whole situation. From the time they threw that switch, we knew there was something wrong with the water by the way it looked and tasted and smelled, but they kept telling us it was safe to drink. But finally in October, they admitted there was a problem. They found lead in a lot of children's blood levels in town.
My name is Marcus Eubanks. I'm a second-year apprentice here at Local 370. I live on the south side of Flint. I've been here my whole life, 34 years. I have a family of 6 children and me and my wife. It was more like unease and extremely concerned for the health of our children, Just learning more and more about it, it's terrible. Well, they told us one thing, like saying, okay, it was okay to wash with. It was like the more information came, the more light was shed on it, the more they said we can't use it. Washing your hands, your dishes, bathing is a big task, because literally there's bottles and bottles and bottles of water. We've got a huge pot that we put on the stove just to warm the water up so we can bathe our children.
Everybody has an obligation to certain things, and when you see a community like this just damaged and you can help, you feel the need to step in and do that, and that's what we did.
We can't wait around for other people to just go to a drawing board and try to fix and figure something out. No, people are exposed to this right now. And they said, let's get in there, 2 feet, let's go. And we ran.
This weekend, local plumbers will be taking their efforts to help Flint's water emergency a step further.
Pipe fitters from across Michigan and the country have been going door to door in Flint today, making sure all faucets are filter ready.
Just trying to get a little work done to help these people get some clean water. They say they just want to give back.
The first week in October, the Red Cross called me up and said a lot of residents were having trouble installing these filters that were being supplied by the state. So
we felt an obligation to our community to say, yeah, we can do this.
And our members would go out and try to install these, and while we were installing them, we found a lot of these filters wouldn't fit the existing faucet. Until January, I did not know people didn't have any bottled water.
We, saw the need at that time to do something here.
The next day, we actually had a union meeting, and we voted to spend $20,000 on water. So basically, we were one of the first ones to get the semis of water in town. We're plumbers, and we thought we could do a lot more than just buy bottled water. We like to deliver water through pipes, not through bottles.
Our international union.
They got with the Plumbing Manufacturers International. They actually shipped us over a bunch of faucets and supply tubes and stops. So we had a big rally on January 30th with 470 plumbers and pipe fitters from around the state.
Some of them were guys who work in the field, some of them were business representatives of locals, and we got here at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And getting the sheriff's crew out there to direct traffic.
Oh, they shut the street down. I mean, we had contractors from all across the state to show up and to volunteer their time, especially on a Saturday. And once the truck started rolling in, it was just like, man, this is amazing.
On that one Saturday, 470 people hit over 1,500 homes, and we had over 113 faucets replaced that day. You know, so it was a huge event.
Everybody stepped up, and it all went pretty smooth. I mean, I was here from 6 o'clock that morning till 10 o'clock that night. And that's basically been my hours since this water crisis hit.
It's not like we knew how to do anything spectacular. We knew how to help, and we jumped in and helped.
You know, I'm doing what I can do, but I'm only one guy. If I didn't have the team I got helping me, I wouldn't have been able to pull it off. I'm proud of all our guys. I'm proud of what we're doing right now.
To be a part of that, man, I can't put it in words how good it made me feel. Supporting people who actually care about other folks and going the extra mile to do something like that. That was awesome.
I have to do what I can to help, and I have to make sure the water's safe before I tell the Flint residents it is safe. We're still doing the faucet replacement with apprentice classes during the week. I mean, I'm taking this personal now, and I'm not going to rest until it is safe.
We're going to get through this. The city of Flint's going to get through this.
This town has a bad rap, but I've grown up here my whole life. There's good people in Flint. The issue with the water, I mean, we'll get it fixed. And we'll get it fixed.